Hi guys, just thought I'd do an entry video because I've been sort of weighing up whether to do a tiger build this year, and Adam Mann announced that he was doing a Tiger 1 group build specifically to mark the 75th anniversary of its first operational debut, as it were, in the Second World War. So I kept mulling over it because obviously I've got two other builds on at the moment, with one I'm going to start soon, of the Hawker Hunter as a tribute to my dad. But I did initially intend to get a Tiger 1 build done or started this year. So Adam's group build was the perfect excuse to do so. So basically, I decided as my entry for the Tiger 1 75th anniversary group build to be Dragon's 6600, which is the initial production of the 502nd Battalion, Leningrad region, 1942-43, 3-in-1. Specifically because I just love this colour scheme. It really does look like, excuse the pun, a snow tiger. And it is a gorgeous colour scheme, and I know that Michael from Hamil Kabakas actually did a tutorial on building this exact kit. So about 1 or 2 years ago, and I thought to myself, yeah, I'd love to get hold of that and have a crack at it. And being the 75th anniversary, this was the first model of the Tiger to see operational service. Well, Tiger 1, that is. And Leningrad was actually one of the first battles it was actually deployed in, if not the first, I think. So if you want to correct me on that, Adam, do so, because I know how knowledgeable you are about tigers. He has a plethora of knowledge on tigers, guys, so if you haven't seen any of his videos, check him out. That's Adam Mann. Okay. Also, I decided that I'm going to do a vignette, a winterscape vignette with this particular one, using this figure set from Mini Art, which is figure set 35021, which is the German tank crew, winter 1943-45. Now, I know this is designed basically for Panzer IV at Kharkov, but I just think it will be more appropriate for the actual theme of the actual diorama or vignette that I'm going to do. So I'll probably only just use the commander figure or one of the other crew figures for this particular build. Also, I'm going to have some infantry with the vehicle, which is going to be this set of Master Boxes 35103 German Infantry 1941-42 Cold Wind set. I know Mike Cohen actually used this in a previous diorama build he did of, I think, a Panzer IV, I think it was, or 3, I can't remember, where he'd actually featured these figures, and I thought this would be more appropriate to go with the Tiger on the vignette I'm trying to sort of create, as it were, to give it that, ooh, that's really cold sort of feel, you know, and these are ideal. So there you go. So what we'll do, I'm going to do an inbox review of this particular kit, which I can tell you is getting harder and harder to get hold of now. I did previously buy this one, I think about 2 or 3 years ago, and sold it on, because my neighbours upstairs were moving. I had this stored in their garage, so I had to sell it on, unfortunately. But the other month, well, 2 or 3 months ago, I decided to hunt around to see if I could get hold of one, and by pure chance, someone on eBay had this one up for auction, and I was lucky enough to win it for, I think, around about £58, and that was including postage, so I did pretty well out of that. As I say, I've seen some of these kits at crazy prices now, because this particular one is getting harder and harder to get hold of. And I've got a feeling this one may have been recently reissued. I'm not sure. Well, so I may be wrong in that. Again, Adam, correct me if I'm wrong. but I just love this colour scheme, so I thought, right, that's the one I'm going to do, and that's the one. This is the one I'm going to feature as my entry. And as I say, the box art illustration actually depicts a scene where a whole battalion of initial Tiger ones is going forward towards Leningrad, overrunning a Russian machine gun posts, as you can see there. And then obviously you've got the Panzer Grenadiers in the background and their winter kit. So there you go. This kit comes with about 400 parts, so if you haven't got a few Tigers under your belt and you're a novice, don't even think about this, to be honest, because to be honest with you, although it's a beautifully engineered kit, some of it is over-engineered. So I would possibly suggest you go for a Tamiya, because they're a lot easier to start with if you haven't done a Tiger, or initially a Cyber Hobby one. I think, what was my Cyber Hobby one? I can't remember. I think it was 9142, which will probably be easier for you. This is a 3-in-1. Basically, you've got the option of building 3 versions. First one is Tiger 123 in the overall Panzer Grey scheme. Second one is Tiger 100 with the 2 side turret bins and extended exhaust stack on the back, and you do have a snorkel which you can put on there as well, because this was developed to go underwater, believe it or not. This is the one I'm going to choose, which is illustrated on the box art, Tiger 3 with the rear turret bin, as you can see here. And the kit number on this one, if you want to try and source one on eBay, is 6600, and it's a smart kit, which does mean it doesn't come with all the goodies. There is a few etched brass details in there, but not a lot. I did get an added extra barrel from RB Models for this as well, so bear that in mind. The other side, you've got CAD illustrations here of various parts of the kit, as you can see there. One with the Tiger 100 turret with the 2 turret bins either side, and then you obviously got the vision ports and machine gun ports on the side there. Smoke stacks, smoke launchers on there as well. And this is the weld seam which you've got on the bottom, which is beautifully detailed as well. And that's for the one I'm going to be doing, which is Tiger 3. And then obviously you've got the detail for the commander's cupola with the vision ports there, and you can have that open or closed. Alright, so let's get the figure sets out of the way first. Now, if I don't get this all in the figure sets in there, I'll do that as a separate video, but for the benefit of this video, I'm going to start with the Tiger. So, same old familiar instruction sheet from Dragon. Obviously the blue parts are the parts you won't be using with the kit, and they're just extras. Thankfully on this one there isn't a lot of blue, so you know it's going to be a more straightforward build as regards a Dragon kit. You've got about 15 sprue trees on here, and then obviously you've got the lower hull included, 2 sets of DS tracks, a little etched brass set for the grills and various other details for the kit, including the tools, and some little magic tracks here for the extra tracks which go on the front glacis of the tank. Okay, first off, if I can get this right, at the top here you've got the various symbols with the process of the build to indicate what the symbols are. You've got a guide here, okay, and then obviously you've got your colour callouts here, which is Mr. Hobby Aqueous, Mr. Colour or Master Colour. Okay, again, if you've got the Hobby Colour app, you can actually convert it to whichever brand of paint you're going to be using with this kit. Now obviously as this is 3-in-1, you've got 2 sets of sprockets depending on which version you're doing, whether it's Tiger 123 or 100 or Tiger 3, which I've got there. And that's the assembly of the sprocket, including the final drive there, rear idler wheel, and then you've got the main set of wheels again. Again, check which ones you're going to be doing for whichever version of the Tiger initial you're doing. Okay, and then obviously you've got the assembly of the torsion bars which go inside the hull. Then your suspension arms go on, and obviously if you remember, one go in one direction, one go in another. Alright, and then it's recommending you put the wheels and the actual sprockets on. I would leave that until the last, because it's going to save you a lot of time and a lot of trouble. And then again, you've got different setup for whichever version of the Tiger you're doing, if you put the wheels on. Okay, so the easiest way I would suggest you do is if you watch Mike Cohen's guide on how to interpret dragon instructions. Okay, that way, if you follow what he does, you will be able to make sure you're doing the right decisions for the right parts. Okay, so I'd suggest you watch that. And as I say, again, you've got the depending on which version you're doing, you've got various assemblies of the exhaust stacks on the back here, whether they be longer or the shorter. Rear plate goes on the back of the lower hull after you're supposedly putting on the running gear, and then obviously you're adding the various clamps etc. on the back, including the exhaust stacks, and also you've got the assembly of the jack here and various other sub-assemblies which are indicated. Again, you've got to be careful, make sure you're putting the right component on the right version of the Tiger you're doing. Okay, and then obviously you then add all the various detail on the back, all the sub-assemblies including the jack and also the rear mudguards. And then on the front here, it's showing you the assembly of how to put the tracks together on whichever version of the Tiger you're doing. Okay, and the setup. Then you've got the actual assembly of the engine, inner engine tanks and the fan blades, which you can see here along with the filters. And then put them in the back of the lower hull, put the glacis on the front, and then obviously the side plates go on as well. Then you've got the assembly of the frontal armour with the MG machine gun, and obviously the vision port there for the machine gun, and then the driver's vision port there where the glass goes on. Okay, the assembly of the MG itself. Then you've got the engine cover which goes on there, and obviously depending on which version you're using, you can use one for the snorkel version, which is Tiger 100 I think. And then again with the frontal plate, you either have the cover for the Tiger 100 or the one with the snorkel. It's just a straightforward cover. Assembly of the actual driver's hatch and the loader's hatch, and then obviously put the rear engine deck onto the upper hull, put the frontal armour onto the upper hull. And then with the tools, you've got all the various etch brass sets which go to the tool clamps to keep the tools down. Okay, then you've got the assembly of the rear air, God, what they call it, my brain's gone into meltdown. Engine grills, sorry. And then obviously you've got the indication of points where you put the tools. Okay, because you've got to drill the holes in. Then again with the back, you've got the rear cantilever, which I'm not going to bother with, to be honest with you, because by the time you've got the etched brass grills on, you're not going to see it, so I wouldn't worry about that. It's telling you to put all the tools on before you put the upper deck on. To make life a lot simpler, I would suggest what you do is put that upper deck on, then put your tools on. It's going to make life a lot simpler. Then you've got the assembly of the actual lights, which you can see here, and the holder, which go on the front. And then obviously, what is this? Oh, yeah, where you put the glue, etc. For the side frontal armour. Then obviously you've got two grills which go on the front mudguards there. I think that's etched brass, I'm not sure, I might be wrong. Upper deck goes onto the main lower hull. And then you've got the assembly of the actual barrel, the breech, and the mantlet. Now, you've got to be careful with the mantlet. Depending on which version you're doing, just check your sources, okay, or any research that you're doing. Right, once that's assembled, you put the rear shell basket in. Two halves of the turret go together, because unfortunately it does come in two halves, guys, so sorry about that. That's the way it goes on this particular kit. Assembly of the loader seat and assembly of the commander's seat. And then obviously the next thing you do is basically put the two halves of the turret together. And then obviously you've got the assembly of the commander's cupola with the vision ports, and there's your colour guide for that. Assembly of the commander's hatch, which you got there. Okay, that goes on. You can have it up or down, which I'm going to have one open. and the upper part of the turret goes onto that, along with the main barrel and the breech. Now with the actual barrel, you can either have it sprung with for the recoil or just a straightforward assembly. Okay, then you put the loader's hatch on, the air filter, smoke launchers go either side. Okay, what else? Rear turret bin goes on there for whichever version you're doing. If it's Tiger 100, they go on either side of the actual turret, which means you're going to have to sand and get rid of that seam. I ain't going to have to worry about that because that goes on the back, so that will hide that. What's next? Again, depend on which version you're doing. I think this is just showing you where you can put a spare sort of, what is it? Don't know what that S1 is. I'm not quite sure. You'll have to sort of leave some comments in the comments column below this after this review. Then again, if you want to, you can put the snorkel feature in for Tiger 100. And then this is the assembly of Tiger 3, which is the one I'm going to do. The turret on the top, the DS tracks go on with the idler wheel. If you want snorkel operator, oh actually it is for my one, Tiger 3. I can put the snorkel on it if I want to. And under the front snorkel bit if I want that shoved up. Again, it's indicating which goes which side on the actual DS tracks. This is for a different layout for Tiger 100 again, same sort of process, different setup. Again, you can put the snorkel on it if you want to. And also with the third option, Tiger 123. Okay. The surprising thing about this is, with this, there are no colour callouts. That is annoying. That is extremely annoying. So the only reference you've got to go on is the illustration on the side of the box, guys. Unless you can source it online. Alright? Okay. Right, let's get to the main components of the kit itself. Right, first off, we've got the rear engine tanks here, which you've got there, which are beautifully moulded. That's your air vents which go in. Okay, they're the fans on the back here. I don't know if you can see it through there. Beautifully detailed again. You've got a little etch brass to go with that as well. Actually, I'll pull that one out and open the bag. Forgot about that. Let's pull that out. And you can see for yourself, exquisite detail. But you have got some etched brass which can go onto that. And look at the detail on the inner part of the crew hatches. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. So there you go. And then you've got the upper part of the hull. Again, it is slightly textured, which is beautifully produced. That's your air inlets for your engines. Rear hatch for the actual deck, and there's your access hatch for the engine. If you wanted to, you could actually detail the engine with an aftermarket set. I think the Linden did an engine set. I've seen it on eBay. Then you've got the barrel rods either side here, tools, etc. More barrel rods. Okay, so that's that. Pop that back in the bag so I don't lose it. There we go. Check them out, but getting them back in isn't so easy. Right, just make sure I've done this properly. Yeah, we're going to go in. Perfect. Right, next is the actual hull. Again, nice, crisp, beautiful detail. And especially with the engine access hatches at the back there as well. Then a little bit of the cupola here, or one of the cupolas you get with this kit. Frontal armour, which you can see here. Various sections of the actual jack itself as well. Commander's cupola hatch, that's the cupola, top of the cupola. Again, that's part of the actual rear fan blade decking. Right, and then we've got the push rods as well. Here we've got one of the mantlets, you can see for whichever version you're doing. Extending exhaust, well, maybe that's part of the barrel assembly there, I think. Yep, it is. This is part of the gun breech as well. Another part of the gun breech. And then you've got various parts of, oh, I've forgotten what they call that now. Oh, it's gone. Adam will probably leave a comment in the column, I expect. Idler wheel, final drive there, beautiful detail on that as well. Part of the final drive again, rear suspension arm for the idler wheel. So that's that. What else is on there? Oh yeah, tow ropes if you get the Tiger was being towed. Tow cables. Oh, I think no, not tow cables. I've forgotten. My brain's gone to, I don't know. I'm tired and it's late. Part the cupola again, and then you've got the turret basket here. Oh no, not turret basket. The shell basket right there. Again, as I say, with the turret, unfortunately, it comes in two halves. So if you're doing Tiger 100, you're going to have to do a little bit about this back seam. If you're doing the version I'm doing, you ain't got to worry about it. Again, part of the final drive there. This is part of the cupola again. That comes in two halves. Again, there's more barrel rods, which you can see here, more tools. What else? And then you got the rear mud flaps, which you got there. This, believe it or not, if you'd had magic tracks, is basically for lining up the actual sag on the track, as it were, at the front and the rear. Okay, rear plate, which is beautifully produced, obviously, with the access hatch for the starter on the back there. Not much detail on the ammunition pack, which goes on the front by the turret. Both side plates, upper part of the frontal armour, as you can see there. Part of the sprocket, one of either two versions. Top part of the turret here. There is some internal detail, and very little of it anyway. But it's very nicely produced. Next one is the running wheels. As I say, actually, have I got that one open? No, I'm not going to open it, guys. Sorry. Two different versions of the mantlet for whichever version of the initial Tiger you're doing. What else? This is, I think, the main access hatch for the engine. Again, the detail on the running gear is exquisite, as you can see there. Then you got the torsion arms, which are along here. Suspension arms are on there as well. Again, nice detail on the running gear. Then there's your smoke launchers, which you got there, beautifully produced. Another part of cupola. These are part of the tow cables, which you can see there. Okay, and there's some extra tools in there. And then obviously you've got the clear parts for division ports, driver's hatch, and optics, as it were. Okay. Now, in here you've got the etched brass grills. You've also got some copper wire for the tow cables, and then various parts for the turret bins, etc. Okay, as well as the decals. Now I'm not going to get them out. Next thing is the DS tracks. So we've got those as well. Yeah, we're running. Yeah, we've got those. There's nice detail on those. Unfortunately, one or two of them got flattened, but for some unusual reason, the seller actually gave me an extra set of DS tracks. So I think that's to compensate the ones that are flat. There we go. Now, I did get an aftermarket RB metal barrel for this, so it would enhance the kit. This is actually an early version, but this is one they suggest you can put with an initial. And I've also got a radio antenna, copper and radio antenna for this. And then, obviously, these are your spare tracks, which go on the front glacis of the actual Tiger. So that's that. Now, what I'm going to do is pop all that back in the box. Now, where did I put the hole? The hole can go down the side. Oh yes, and these are the decals which should bed down nicely. See how long we're running at the moment, 25 minutes. I think I'll just quickly show you the figures. This is the master box set of the infantry. Again, the detail on them is exquisite. Look at the folds and the creases in their tunics. Beautifully done, and even the braces on the back. Nicely done. And the sculpt for the faces is exquisite. Where can I find it on? There you go. If you can get that one in shot. There we are. Beautifully done. And they are going to make a beautiful set of figures. They really are. And then obviously you've got the colour guides on the back, which you can see here, and the guide to the screw tree. And that's Master Box set 35103. The other set is the mini art set 35021. Again, I might use two of the figures from this set. Detail on them again is absolutely exquisite, as you can see there. Okay, and even if I can find it, the face sculpt, got it into shot, is exquisite as well. So there you go. So that is what I'm going to be using, and for the base, if I can find it, is just this frame here, which only cost me £2. So it's a bit scratched, but I might be able to do it up, I don't know, we'll see. So that'll be used for the diorama base. So that, guys, ends my intro video for the entry into Adam Mann's Tiger 1 group build. So these are the figures. This is the tiger that I'm going to be using. It's getting harder and harder to get hold of. So I'm going to finish here because I think I'm running out of time. So I hope you enjoyed my intro video. As I say, I don't know when I'm actually going to get started on this yet. As I say, I've got two other builds I've got going. As soon as I get one of them out of the way, or both of them out of the way, I will get cracking on this alongside the Hunter. So that's it, guys. So until the next time, get kit crazy, happy modelling, and I'll speak to you soon.